Good morning and welcome back to Warren, Mass. and Ruby One's channel. I'm over here at the Pine Grove Cemetery in Warren, Massachusetts. And it links to another cemetery. This thing is huge. The Masonic element here is strong. And I want to return back to this graveyard after the Woodstock Hill Cemetery to show you the similarities of this huge tree between that other one and this. Now the sun goes down in the west over here, which is actually in this direction. East is actually this way. Here's a crypt mound. A finely fashioned mound hill. And this one of them other graveyards that I've speculated could possibly be fashioned over an Indian mound. It's my theory. Not meant to offend, just curious. But as you go up this, they're all in line, just as the Woodstock Hill Cemetery is. But on the Woodstock Hill Cemetery, the east goes into them as we're going up like this. On this side, this is the west where the sun goes down. It's opposite, but same idea. And if you look close, you see how they're all in line the whole way up. As you go up there, there's more of them. Now, as I go through these graveyards, I've been in this one easily 10 times or more. And the backside of this is where Molly Bish was abducted. God rest her soul, and may her family eventually have peace. And as we hear and see the Masonic element, we're going to go through and show what we see at this point. And after I do, I think 5 episodes on this, I'm going to come back and try to jot down all the details in my notebook. I tend to bring my notebook, but I just happen to want to come out here today. It's real mossy, nascent. Knowlton, Louis Orilla the gorilla. Well, she probably had a nickname. Now this is the graveyard where I've seen the oldest Freemasonic symbol. It's down there in that section over there, which if you follow my channel, that's where we left off. This is part 3. It seems like I'm gonna do 5. There's a nice view over here. It's well fashioned, really is. It's all on knolls and mounds. If they did fashion this themselves, or this was how the element was actually here when it came here, it's pretty cool. What's this one? Melon. This one's out of red stone. I don't know exactly what kind of stones these are. Quarry stones. These be possibly granite. Some of these limestone, perhaps. The further I go with this, the more I'll learn. At this point, I'm just, you know, that's definitely field. It's a big field stone at the bottom or something. How? What's that say? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You gotta be kidding me. Some of the names. Tucker. That was one of those elitist names in here. Let's see if I can find it quick in the notebook. Another urn. Let's take a look at it. Watson. This has got Masonic element. Weathered and tattered. The embossment is lost its gumption, so to speak. It's still there though. They make openings for all different other things you want to put on there if you have the time to. Alright, look at that one. Could that be a flame or a pine cone? Eva. That's the name of that witch. That's over there in Southbridge, Oakridge Cemetery. It's real soft walking on this. We're over near the woods. I'm hearing activity over there. There's a high creep factor in this graveyard just due to the fact that Molly, see how peaceful it is here? You know, over there's a house from the distance. You know, I never been to Warren until about 10 years ago. This one's pretty interesting how it turned like this red color. Bliss. This is those Minerva eyes. See them? Probably from the leaves. Knowlton. 1857. Here, Reuben Reed. So right here, we're right within the mid-1800s. Cummins Pond is behind here. That's the pond Molly was at. One of the Cummins is buried up here, but it wasn't the Cummins that the pond was named after, but in the page, in the book, Sarah Buck book, History of Warren, where they have the pond on that page, it's flipped upside down, just a little coincidence theory within it. Cutler, this guy died 62. It's gonna be about an 8-foot obelisk. He seems to hold the peak of this hill. Wonder if that signifies something. Nice writing on this. You don't see that too often. That style writing. Look at this. Is a secret handshake. No doubt about that right there. Oh yeah, the thumb right over there. Trowbridge, L.E. Trowbridge. I'll have to write this in the book. All right, let's write this in here real quick. Alright, so it's on the right side of the crypt mound, going up to the top of the hill. Let's see the name on the obelisk, Cutler. Newell. So I'm gonna put, we can fairly say that this guy is a Mason. All right, proceed we must. Peaceful day over here, and then over on that side is a whole nother graveyard, and that's what I think I'm gonna do a part 5. And that's where Molly's buried, on that side. Gillespie. It's probably a 7-footer. Easily. Look at this urn. This was probably a gray limestone, and it turned red from the redness of all those trees. Looks like a piece is broken off, perhaps. Could be wrong. It's lucky to have survived that long. A lot of these break off that holding out. To me, this is definitely Masonic in value. And the question at hand is, no one can answer it yet. Why is there a urn on a gravestone? It's another Cutler. This one held out freaking phenomenal since the 1800s, and it's still this white. This white stone was a smart move. I noticed the whites hold out good. Over here's another Freemason. Look at that. Recent beer can. Someone had a fire. Taylor. Maybe he's related to these people. What's that? I've never seen that before. Look at his hand. Notable thing. You could definitely film a movie over here. All you producers out there. Alright, here it is, pond. It's one of those tin style ones, but look right there. And then see the flowers, the obsession with particular flowers. And this urn, and I believe that symbol as I'm going across it is Mesoamerican, possibly influenced by the Mayan. And the handles are really cool, almost looks like some kind of horse head thing you'd see on the front of a boat. With leaves. got the acorn and the oaks. Oak holds the gematria, I'm pretty sure, of 47 if we go back to that. It's a little fun fact. Over there in Uxbridge, Mass, Oak Street is where a lot of the Victorians are, and it leads right to the church as I talk about the patterns that they follow. What's it say here? Infant children. Willie Lyman, born July 13th, 1867, died May 23rd, 1868, 10 months, 10 days. Nellie Mabel, born July 25th, 1869, died June 30th, 1807, age 11 months, 5 days. Walter Presson, born December 20th, 1871, died March 4th, 1872, age 2 months, 13 days, 11 months, 5 days, 10 months, 10 days. That's 3 children that died before a year old. You gotta wonder if there was child sacrifice. Why do I keep bumping into this? I noticed this thing the last time I was here, but I never read that. And maybe that's why that leaf is there, as a reference to the green man, the vegetation god as well. Whatever the knowledge that this yarn possesses in the design, it could be possibly more magical than we think. And what's really weird is the name pawn on this. It almost looks like it's branches. They twisted them, look like branches, oak branches. What does that signify, you know? Now, Presson, he died at 62. Elmira, 18. What's that, General Aaron? He died at 33. 8 months. He could have been in the military. Sophia Brown, 66. B.F. Pond. He died at 67. It's funny, Route 67 and Route 19 bring you to the peak of Warren, and them numbers are gematria of blood sacrifice, and 19 is the number for the cabal. It's just weird how it's in this dates. There's no real connection to that. It's just a coincidence. So these people died 40s, 60s. Presson, 76. See how I say that there's a lot of these elitists. They died at an older age, and the young children died young. That's 3 children. We'll put that in a notebook later. It's in the video, so let's get down here. Ringo. Adams. James Henry Adams. Warfield. Gotta take a look at that. Look at that. I've never seen a mini tin one. Now this has the Leviathan leaves going up it. And they even have like the ghoul eyes, as I call them. I've seen stones like this in Charlton and in the Oak Ridge Cemetery. All right, now here's that symbol that is on a lot of the old mud flood, as people would call Tartarian buildings, and on some of the, I don't know, what do you call it, the The big tombs over there in Oak Ridge Cemetery have that. First time I seen that symbol was on Turtelot High School. Von Wagner, it's Wagner. It's got pillars. And it looks like it's got those, what I call shell snake. I don't know what it really represents, but it's important to them because they put it on a lot of stuff. The Sanskrit snake heads look similar to that, and then some of these ones they put on there, and then they look at this wheat. Like, is this a representation to the vegetation god? Looks like it could be a dove. We're way up. Down there's 50, 100 feet maybe down to the bottom of the graveyard. You know, a blast over here with a mountain bike. That definitely looks like a mound right there. Look at it. I speculate these were built over old Indian mounds, and way down, deep down there is where supposedly Molly was pulled out of from the other side of the pond. And in my last video, I'm gonna go through the whole area. That's my goal, to do that. There's several ways she could have been brought out of here, but there's a path over there that no one speaks of. There's a huge obelisk right there. It's like a stubelisk. But I think this is gonna go to 6 videos in this. Right here, we're 22 minutes in. We've seen more young children. We don't even have to look for them. They come to us at this point. We'll see in the next part, which will be in a minute.